Support provided by the Glick Fund, a CICF fund focused on inspiring philanthropy. Additional support provided by the Crystal DeHaan Family Foundation in honor of the children and families of Crystal House. We're here in Indy to meet an incredibly multi-talented artist named Dan Thompson. Dan is known across the U.S. not just for his amazing skill as a graffiti artist, but also for his mural work and illustration. I can't wait for you to meet him. Let's get inside.
The spray can is available to everyone, probably in your house. I think the thing about spray paint is it's the easiest, in a way, it's the easiest thing to do. It's the closest thing to drawing. If you want to do it, you just do it. The tool is only as good as your ambition to use it. It's only as good as the problem you set out to solve with it. Once I found that tool, I immediately saw the problem, that I was now going to paint outside and I was going to paint big, and that was the way to do it. My name is Dan Thompson. I'm a painter, an illustrator, a muralist. And I work with a group called Fab Crew. There are two of us, and we're known for a lot of public art. When I was in high school, I would take a week off from my job, unpaid, so that I could go spend all my money and go climb under a bridge and go do a 50-foot mural. There was nothing that, as a like hard-headed, just super like misanthropic, disengaged teenager, nothing else held my attention, and that just seemed cool because now we can run around and kind of stay out and have a purpose. As an adult, the more people questioned it and thought it was bizarre, the more I just wanted to do 10 more of them. When I do walls, I mean, even when you think about graffiti or lettering, if I'm doing lettering or if I'm doing something that's like a typography piece for myself, it's not about a letter at all, really, to me. It's a shape. They're all shapes. It's a little piece of real estate. This one might have stripes, and this one might be melting. And at the end of the day, it's just an illustration. I know that I've got creativity and I've got an ability to solve problems. I work really well in a team, and that stuff is what has kept me in a position to have opportunities to be creative. There's a lot of stuff I do that doesn't require any pre-planning. My favorite kind of painting is completely freestyle, meaning I start with nothing in mind and I just put some dots on the page or some strokes, and then I look and go, what do I think that looks like to me now? Or how do I make this thing that's just a flat blob? How do I add 3 colors to it, a little bit of spray and a couple of brush strokes, to make it now feel like something without it being anything? When it comes to murals, they're not all planned, but more often than not, when the stakes get higher, you really have to set yourself up for success. So when you're doing a wall that's 80 feet long and 15 feet high, whether you're getting paid for it or not, if you do that wrong, that's a huge swing and a miss. And it's just a serious fail, and it's obvious. And so you want to do it right. When I was a kid, it was always like I would love to see my name on a bus. And I've been able to paint a couple of buses, you know, like school buses or whatever over the years. But to paint a city bus would be like the crown jewel. The first time you see that, like, yes, to drive by your work and see it is crazy, but most of my murals in public art, you have to know where they are to see them. These buses come to you, and that's the craziest part. And as a person who's has been for a few years a sometimes bus passenger, it's the craziest thing in the world to be waiting for the bus and see your baby that you made roll up to pick you up. There's so much you can learn. Art is a doorway to every kind of information. There's a very real need for art and a very real attachment that art has to every kind of information. So if you're curious, I mean, it's hard to explain, but if you don't think you're an artist and you don't believe that's your destiny, the only way to do it, the only reason to do it is because you enjoy it. If you ever were satisfied and you ever got what you wanted, you would just quit. You have to fail and continue doing it. Being able to work and get paid for my skills, I don't know that there's any way you could keep doing it if you didn't do it, you know, because it just takes too much. If you want anything in life, you have to work. And if you can't get paid for what you like to do, you're gonna do what you get paid for. You know, I think it's just human nature. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I enjoy it for free. I make my living as a painter, but the only time I walk away and I'm really happy is when I'm not getting paid anything, when I'm coming out of pocket. That's when the work is best for me.
For this project, I'm gonna let you decide what you get to do. Project 1, you can get started on right at home. It only involves markers and some colored pencils. Now Project 2, though, is a little more involved, so we're gonna head outside because it involves some spray paint and some other materials. All right, you choose one or both, and let's get started. Ever wonder how creativity, innovation, and theater make their way into roller coaster design? We're here at Holiday World to get a behind-the-scenes look to find out why. Follow me.
My name is Lauren Crosby, and